In last lecture, we have seen how we can create user in a Firebase, or how we can use sign up functionality. Now in this lecture, we'll see how to log in, how to use login process with Firebase, so that a user can log in with that email ID and password. But before doing login process, what we do now is we need to store user specific information or information for every user. Means if user registers using that Firebase functionality, will store that user data into the Firebase database, so that if we want to access a specific user, then we can use that data from the database. And now let's see how we can create a Firebase database and how we can store that information. For this, first we need to create database here, or we need to add some security rules. If you check here in authentication, this is the user we have created, and now if you check this database tab, you can see here we are using real-time database. So you need to click on this create database, and these are the security rules. Means you can restrict your application, or you can add some security rules so that only the verified or authenticated users can read and write to that database. So we are using this start in a lock mode. If you don't want to specify security rules, then you can also use this mode, but it's better to specify some security rules. I'm enabling this. Okay, then is this second tab. Here you can configure your security rules. Now the default one are false. False means any user can read or write to your database, but if you want to add some restriction, then we can use rules like this. I'm replacing with this value. It means only here you can read or write has authentication rules, that only the users which are authenticated, these users only read or write to your database. Okay, and you need to publish this. Okay. Now we need to create one table here, and in that we can store information with user ID. So let's see how we can do it. Here after creating user, we'll get our success callback here, and we are just displaying a success message. Now we'll add our logic to save user here only. So save user information to database. Now for using database, we need to create a database reference. So here we'll create an object for a database reference. Let's give it a name as a database users, because we are going to store all user specific information. Then we need to initialize this object, or we need to give a path to this object. So I am initializing it like this: database users equal to Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference, and here in bracket you can specify the table name you want to create. So I am just adding users. So now this table will be created in Firebase, and in that table you can store user information with some unique ID. So where you will get that ID? Here you can see here. If the user registration is successful, then you can get current user from a Firebase. So Firebase user current user equal to firebase auth dot get current user, and from this object we can get user id. So the code is string uid equal to current user dot get uid, and using this uid we are going to store our information. So we already initialized a reference to our database path. Now the code for writing data is what you need to do is database reference dot child, because in that database table we need to store first this user id, and under that node, under this user id node, we are going to store all user information. So child will be uid. Now we'll create one user class so that we can store complete class into the database, and while reading also it's easy for us. So in this data package I am creating a class user info. Which implements serializable. Now we need to create getter and setter methods for every fields that we are going to store. So we already seen our sign up form has a three fields: name, email and password. So I am creating variables for name, username, then id, email id, user email, and we add one more field here, that is mobile number, because later we are going to see how we can use OTP login. So I am just adding mobile number on here also. Mobile number now we need to create constructors for this class. One will be empty constructor, and the second constructor is used for assigning values to these fields. So again we need to create one constructor. User info, which accept these three parameters: name, email and mobile, and we'll set those values here. That is this username, it will get its value from the variable we are passing while creating this object. So username equal to name, then user email equal to email, and this mobile number equal to mobile. So these are the constructors for this class. Now we need to create getter and setter methods for all these variables. So you just need to right click, generate, and generate getter and setter. We require this for all the fields, so I am selecting all these fields. Okay, so this is our complete class is ready for storing user information. Whenever you want to store any information to Firebase database, you can create classes like this, so that it will be easy for us to writing to database and also for reading that database. Now I want to store my complete user information. So what we'll do is we need to create object for that class. So user info equal to new user info. Here we need to pass our name, then second parameter will be email, and we are currently not using OTP login, or we are not getting mobile number from user, so I am sending this field as empty. So this is our user class is ready. Now we need to use this database object which we created here. by adding this path to users table. So database object dot child uid dot set value. Set value is used for writing values to database, and I will pass this complete class here. So user info, and also let's add a completion listener. So add completion listener, new completion listener. Now when this task is completed, you can get status here, like before we checked here, that is if the task is successful, it means user is created successfully. Similarly, if this task is successful, that means user information is stored into that database. So we need to check here if task dot is successful. If then we'll do one thing, we'll replace this message here, so that if user is created and user information is added successfully, then we'll get this success message. So this is the code for writing user information to the Firebase database. You need to create a database object. Then if you want to store some information under unique ID, then we can set child, and whatever you need to, you can use your email ID or anything you want to give as a unique ID. And for setting actual values, we need to use this function set value. So our logic is ready. Now let's check this on the mobile if it's working. Here I am deleting this user because I want to create a new user with all this information. So delete account. Okay, now we'll sign up that user again. So I am running this application. It has some error. Okay. Okay, we'll do one thing. Also hide this progress dialog when both tasks are completed. So I am adding this code here. Okay. So first we'll register user. Okay. And last one is password. Now when I click on this button, okay, the success message is user is registered successfully. That means we already created user and we also saved that data. Now let's check it on Firebase console. You can see here in authentication section, our user is created with this email ID and this is a user UID which is unique. Now we already saved our user information to database, so let's check it. Okay. So this is the node created, this is our database, this is the table we created here. For database reference, we added this user's name, so that table will be created here. And if you expand this, you will get this user ID. After registration, we got this user ID, and using that user ID, we are going to store our data. So in that user ID, you will get all those fields. This is the user ID. And these are the fields we stored: username, email ID and mobile number, which is for now which is empty. Similarly, you can register multiple users and using this UID, because it will be different for different users, and using this UID you can store all user information in that Firebase. Now this is about sign up process and storing user information. Now let's see how we can use login process with Firebase. After this user registration, we'll just finish this activity so that it will return to login page. Okay. Now we'll see how we can use login with Firebase. For login process also, we are taking username and password. So if you see here, we are using these two fields, username and that is email ID and password. So here also we need to first validate those fields, that those fields should not be empty. So let's create one function for login. Login user. Now here first we'll need to get email ID from edit text. So string email ID equal to edit text email dot get text. Similarly for a password, okay. Now we need to check if any of the field is not empty. So email ID dot equals empty. Then we need to display error message. Say please enter email. After that, we'll add validation for password field. So if password is not equal to empty, then we can move to our login code. So here also error message will be displayed. So now we created this function. It will accept two parameters. email and password. Okay. Now we need to call this function here, that is login user with email ID and password. So now we already registered this email and password on the Firebase console. So now we need to add a login process with same email and password. So here also we need to create Firebase auth object. Firebase auth, and we need to initialize it. Firebase auth.get instance. For login, the Firebase code is Firebase auth.sign in with email and password. Previously we used create user with email and password, and for a login process we will use this method sign in with email and password. It also requires two fields. First one is email ID and second one is password. Let's also add a completion listener for this. New completion listener. If you see, this method is same for creating or a login process. So if this task is successful, it means user is logged in successfully. So after that you can display a success message and you can add any action that you need to do next. So first I'm checking it. If the task is successful, then first we'll display some success message. And after this successful login, I want to send my user to home screen, that is main activity in our case. So I am giving intent for that. Context is login activity, and we need to open home activity, that is main activity. So main activity dot class, then start activity intent, and we need to finish this activity. Now let's see what our main activity contains. Okay, it has only text view for now. Now one more thing is, if this task is successful, this code will be executed, but there may be some problems with email ID or password. So we also need to handle that case. So you need to add here else block, and I'm checking if any exception is there. So string error message equal to task dot get exception dot get message, and we'll display that error message here plus error message. So for login process we need to use this method Firebase auth dot sign in with email and password. Now let's check our application. Okay. Okay. Now first we'll try with some wrong values, so that we'll get to know if this error message is working correctly. So I'm adding email like this, am entering some wrong password. Okay. Now if you click on this login, it will toast here the error, the password is invalid, or whatever error you are getting, that will be displayed here. Here also we'll add some progress bar. So progress dialog, we need to initialize it. And we'll show that dialog here in login function. So set message, and progress dialog dot show. Now whenever the task is completed, if it is successful or failed, we need to dismiss that dialog. Okay. Now I'm adding the same email ID and password. Again, if you enter some wrong password, it will show you error. Okay. Now we'll try with our email and password. So this login is successful and our home screen will be open. So this is how we can use the login functionality using Firebase with this method, sign in with email and password.